I've been having this whole I've had this fantasy now about the inauguration that like you can't get any A-list acts, but there's certainly there's like some B-list acts you could definitely book.
Yeah, Dan Nainan.
That would be so tight.
Which I guess people were asking. They want some explanation of Dan Nann because he's come up on the show.
Right,
the reason
right.
I don't really talk about him is because it's honestly he's fucking boring at this point.
Right.
Like, I mean, Dan Nann was funny 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
But
he's still funny.
He's still funny if he's new to you, but he's a limited gimmick. So
that's like I said, I'm glad we spent 20 minutes talking about him on our show today.
Yeah.
Well, it's important for me because I've known Dan for like 5 years.
I just found out about him. So.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. People were asking about it, and so Dan is this half Indian, half Japanese comedian that was born in 1952.
Where does he buy his sushi?
Where does he buy?
Where does he buy his sushi?
At 7-Eleven.
Yeah, because
why? Because he's half Japanese.
He's half Indian.
Yeah.
Is he's red Indian or is he?
Did you ever hear Joe Robinson going off about that bit on the Rob and Joe show?
No.
He's just like, they don't sell sushi at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
They don't. They sell it at like Walgreens, but they don't have it at 7-Eleven.
Does he have hearing aids on? Yeah. Macaulay Culkin's little brother's got hearing aids in this movie. That's deep.
Oh, she looked good. Could you excuse us a minute, Dad? I'm ugly.
Why is she suddenly 7 years younger than she was in the last scene? Anyhow, so Dan Nainan is he's an old guy.
He's old as
who
shit.
Started doing open mics in D.C. in probably like 2005, and then sort of rubbed people the wrong way, and eventually just sort of. He found it that the best path for a career for him was going to be to lie to people, lie to clubs and bookers, and say that he's like so and so's opener or whatever. He used to he just like got Robert Schimmel's schedule and would call clubs as soon as they booked Schimmel and like be like, "Hey, this is Rob Schimmel's agent. I'm trying to get the booking information for his opener Dan Nainan." And the clubs would be like, "Whoa, what do you mean his opener?" And then he'd be like, "Oh yeah, no, he has an opener that he brings with him that has to be there. So if you could get the hotel information," and then they would book Dan. And after like a couple months of that, I guess, Schimmel was like, "Who the fuck is this guy? Why do they keep booking him?" And so Dan lost that deal.
And then he moved on to
Russell Peters.
I'm David Brenner's opening.
Yeah. Well, apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm sure it is, knowing Dan. But when Robert Schimmel died, Dan emailed Schimmel's brother and was like, "Yeah, Robert was a fucking asshole and a piece of shit."
What?
That's terrible.
Oh yeah,
man.
Dan's a sociopath. He's a fucking piece of shit.
Well, he also had that Russell Peters.
Yeah,
he
does the Russell Peters thing where I think Russell talked about it on What the Fuck or something. Dan also tried to pay like $5,000 to have Marc Maron have him on. What the Fuck?
There's a really good episode of What the Fuck where he reads the letter.
Here's something else I want to bring up. I've been doing this show a while. People enjoy the show. People like to be on this show. People I like to have on the show are on the show. That's the way it works for me. Or people who are interesting to me or something exciting. That's who I put on the show. Now, I do get requests to be on the show. Some comics, they email me and they politely say, "I don't know if you know me, take a look at my stuff. I'd like to be on the show." And I talk to them, and I'm very excited that people want to be on the show, and I'm excited that people like to listen to the show. But I got a series of emails the other day that just blew my fucking mind. Blew my mind. In the sense that, look, I know comics. I've been doing this a long time. In one form or another, I've been around and in this business for a long time now. And there's a lot of guys I know. There's a lot of guys I know who know guys. You know how it is. I mean, it's a community. We've established that from you listening to the show. I get a series of emails out of the blue from a guy I don't know, nor have I ever heard of, and I'm not going to mention his name. For a couple of reasons. He was a fucking dick on these emails, and I couldn't quite believe his angle. Look, I'm very proud about what I'm doing here. I finally figured out something that I'm pretty good at outside of comedy, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying doing, talking to comedians. But I get these series of emails. Here's the first one. Subject line: prick, fuck, alt comics who don't earn any money doing comedy who give advice. I'd like to be on your podcast. Subject: how I stopped listening to bitter, jaded, angry, dysfunctional, prick, fuck, alt village comics who tell me not to do my style of comedy and now earn over $250,000 a year without ever having a drink, drug, cigarette, or prescription drug, and without a single credit, in quotes, meaning a TV credit, without a manager or agent, and without being passed at a single club in the city. So this guy is basically saying, put me on your show. I've done nothing that normal comics do to pay their dues and find their own voice, and I have somehow figured out a way to make $250,000 a year and having nobody heard of me. Congratulations. Then I get another email because I didn't respond to that one. P.S. One of my YouTube videos is about to hit 900,000 views. Wow. There are cats that have more views than that. Then this. This is the one that got me, by the way. We'll pay you $1,000 cash if you put me on your podcast. And I'm dead serious. I did not respond to these things because I went and looked at his stuff. There was a lot of him opening for other people, a lot of celebrities bringing him on. He's got a lot of footage of corporate gigs that he does with people bringing him on at corporate gigs. Did not respond to that. To the we'll pay you $1,000 cash. P.S. $1,000 should buy lots of Coke. The audacity, entitlement of this fucking guy just drove me nuts. So I wrote, not going to say his name. I appreciate that you want to be on the show. I will not have you on the show. Your tone is entitled and insulting, and you can't buy your way onto my show. If you listen to me or the podcast, you would know that I don't do drugs and haven't for years. I'm excited to share your emails in this email exchange on the show and talk about how I feel right now. I hope that will get you the attention and validation you were looking for. Thanks, Maron. So after I wrote back to him, he goes, ha ha. But as you yourself would say, they're just words, right? Funny how that's what it took to get a response. Just make sure you spell my name right. How about $5,000? And then he goes on to write, I'll give you a little background. As a working comedian who makes a living doing what I love, earning as much as $15,000 for an hour's work, I'm absolutely sick and tired of quote-unquote comedians who tell me that I shouldn't be doing the material I'm doing. They tell me I shouldn't be doing ethnic comedy, that I shouldn't be doing impressions, that I shouldn't be doing corporate stuff. And what makes this ironic is that many of these people have never earned a single dollar doing comedy. So let me interject here. So they're willing to take the risk at not making money in order to honor or service their voice. Whereas this gentleman would prefer just to sell out completely and then justify himself and still be angry. What makes these people who are only doing comedy as an unpaid hobby experts on the art of comedy? What gives them the right to tell another artist the type of material he or she shouldn't or shouldn't be doing? It's like a heavy metal artist telling another musician that he shouldn't do country music, or Rembrandt telling Monet not to do impressionist paintings. This guy's got a pretty lofty idea of who he is in the world. If this were an occasional problem, I could deal with it, but I'm sick and tired of being hammered day in and day out by these negative loser drug addicts and alcoholics. Last time I checked, this is a free country, and I have the right to do whatever kind of comedy I feel like doing. And I wrote back to him. I said, I know exactly who you are and what you are saying, and congrats on all your success. It is a free country, and I will never put you on my podcast, you arrogant, entitled, miserable person. If you are a comic, I'm glad that you're doing so well with it. It's sad that you're so angry and that you have no credits and nobody knows who you are.
Dan's name, but he's like, I am a corporate comedian. I've made more money this year than you will make in your entire lifetime.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And you're too much of a coward to have me on your podcast.
Yeah. So my exposure to Dan was through Joe Robinson, I guess, and like Joe was doing that Kurt Shackelford Hyatt room,
the Hyatt.
And he meets Dan, and Dan was like hosting, and Dan's talking about I make $300,000 a year doing stand up, and then Joe's like, then why are you doing a $10 spot
right
in the lobby of a hotel?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make any sense.
Laugh right at the Hyatt.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a $50 spot. Thank you.
All right. Well. So then fucking Dan, because he's super defensive, is like, fuck Joe Robinson, fuck Rob Mayer, ha ha ha, here's a picture of me in my Tesla, here's me in the Acela waiting room. I don't know why you think that's a brag that he shows up too early for his train. It's not like a flight, there's no security.
It's like the Admiral's...
You just go there and get on the fucking train. And he goes there and hang out in the clubhouse with no one else, by the way.
Just alone.
Yeah. So if you shit talk Dan, he'll put you on his enemies list and he'll just email you constantly. He really hates JL Colvin. Yeah, he fucking despises him. So he'll bring him and Josh Homer up all the time as guys that he's doing better
elbows,
than.
dude.
All right, so are we gonna talk about Dan?
Yeah, we're talking. I'm just looking at
Just
titties
gonna-
on the TV, dude. It's not my fault.
What's
you
her
put a
name?
movie
Rachel-
with titties on this fucking screen, and I'm supposed to pay attention?
Rachel Lee Cook got some jumbo yum yums.
She does, dude.
It distracted. Stop.
Anyway, they did, dude. That's the first unsheathing of her titties.
It's a big moment in the movie.
Damn, she is fucking hot, dude.
All right, Nick.
All right. Yes. Back to Dan Nann.
I'm only doing it because people ask. So I preface this with I don't give a shit about Dan.
No,
He
I
fucking
just
bores me.
look. All I'm saying is,
Gotcha.
you can't be mad if if I look at titties every once in a
Yeah,
while.
no, I get it. Hey, you know, it's a PG-13 movie, guys. It's pretty fucking saucy. I don't understand how a 30-year-old man.
Come on, first of all,
is gonna
bitch,
not
I'm
be able to look at
27.
A-cup breasts in a pair
and they're
of
not
overalls.
A-cup.
I guess some of you know already that I am a half Indian and half Japanese.
I was, the classic Dan Nann bit yesterday.
Nick kept doing it.
Yeah, we started doing like Dan Nann, but his Jada kiss. I don't even know how we got to that.
That was
Oh, I
funny.
wonder
At
if
dinner.
cocaine had anything to do
No,
with
we
that,
were at
that
dinner.
line of thinking.
No, keep
It's
it.
like that would be a great sketch, dude. Jada kiss Dan Nann.
No, that was at Cupid.
I love fucking just burying myself up my own fucking nose.
Ooh. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you hear last year about the bombing in Chelsea? It was a bombing, but I actually heard it was somebody trying to charge the new Samsung Galaxy S8 phone. All right, good crowd already.
Literally waiting for OJ material.
Yeah.
I've
Did you hear O.J. Simpson raped and murdered his wife? But I heard a rumor that it was somebody trying to charge the new Samsung Galaxy S8 phone.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Type of comedian that used to be able to exist, which is like a guy who has nothing other than just like sort of the D-room circuit.
Right.
Funny zone.
Yeah, he had chops.
He was all right.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
wasn't bad. How you get in bed with a guy named Tom Myers? I don't understand how.
You're just a nice person who just
Yeah.
keeps doing him favors.
Anyways,
Yeah, I mean,
like
imagine if you had
a couple
someone-
months later when I like told people about Tom Myers on social media because I was like, I started telling people about Nainan or Tom Myers or whatever, and Tom realized I was making fun of him. He tried to like shame me for like, oh yeah, remember when you asked me for drinks at the show because you're a fucking degenerate alcoholic and just trying to get drinks for free, and it's like, yeah, that's kind of part of my thing.
Right. Also, I was doing we get paid in drinks.
Yeah.
It's like if you're not paying me.
Yeah, you're not like discovering something by
Right,
telling
right,
people
right.
that I'm like a bum.
Yeah, no one it was like, Nick Mullen
drink tickets.
Yeah.
Nick Mullen tried to get free whiskey.
But I do think that Tom is like, a pure soul, and I think Nainan is obviously Satan incarnate.
No, Tom's just like
not a
not
pure
as
soul.
competent as
yeah,
Nainan.
exactly.
They're the
he
same
wants
kind
to be
of guy.
Nainan.
Yeah.
He's not. He's a shittier Nainan. Jesus, that is for sure the meanest.
I guess
thing I've said
Nainan
about
was
Tom Myers.
Nainan was at a Bitcoin conference recently, and
I
people,
heard
were,
about
Salute
that.
to that
people were
warrior,
sending
man.
me pictures they took with him.
He keeps just.
Does someone
staying
have a
alive,
recording
dude.
of his set? Did he do the Samsung joke?
Of course he did.
Yeah, apparently it was someone trying to charge the new Samsung Galaxy S8.
Why is he Canadian?
I don't know.
He does talk like that.
Samsung.
Samsung Galaxy.
There was a big plunge in the Bitcoin.
You think
I know,
Dan
like,
Nann
I know
gets-
everyone's thinking is, what race is this guy? My race is bong hit transplant.
Oh fuck! Fuse them together, dude. Put them in together, dude.
One day, two men sharing an elevator. Hi, my name's Tom Myers. I'm a comedian. I'm Dan Nann. I guess we're riding this elevator together. Hey, you don't mind if I just try to charge my phone for a bit, do you? No, go ahead. Go right ahead and go ahead and charge your phone. I'm just gonna stand here and be half Indian, half Japanese. All right, I'm plugging my phone in now. Little did he know the Samsung Galaxy S8 blew up or something and merged the two of them into the world's shittiest comedian. Starring Steve Buscemi and Brownface as Tom Nainan. I'm kind of hoping Hillary wins because I'm half Indian, half Japanese. And I hear they're hiring Indian turns.
Woo, where do you get your sushi from?
Yeah. Are you talking about eating Hillary Clinton's pussy? Yeah, I'm only 50% clean. I tell you where I get my sushi from, the Bilderberg Group.
Hell yeah! I get my sushi from 7-Eleven, which I also work at, which I also manage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is good.
Wow.
Yeah, I forgot that he worked there.
Fuck! I wish that movie existed.
We can make it.
We could.
The world's shittiest comedian. One phone, 2 men. Results catastrophic.
Oh fuck, dude.
Pew, 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 pew. Starring Wilford Brimley as Ron Bender.
Oh yeah, who's playing Irwin?
Starring Christian Bale in his fattest role ever as Irwin. Oh, what are you if you're half Jewish, half Japanese?
Oh fuck!
I was photoshopping a picture of Christian Bale and his wife walking yesterday, and I was photoshopping, and I made him like 7 inches shorter than her. And the caption was like Christian Bale in his at 5'2" for his next role.
I'm fucking mad he's Cheney, dude. I should have been Cheney.